And hello YouTube, this is GSmaniamsmart, and today on a brand new video for Gaming with GS. And today we're going to talk about Guild Wars 2 and the recent Reddit AMA that went down with the ArenaNet developers on the patch day for the release of Living World Season 3. If you were not able to read some of it, if you're not on Reddit, I'll basically give you the summary of it. If you missed it, you didn't miss out on much. It definitely wasn't as informative and as filled with tons of information as the past Reddit AMAs were. Most of it was merely just a lot of developers joking around and just having fun talks with the fans, which is I guess what it's about. But we did get some information on certain aspects of the game that I want to go over that you may find interesting. I basically went through all the comments and picked out the most informative ones that I think you guys would like and that I found interesting. Just in advance, sorry if I sound kind of sick. I kind of have a runny nose, so apologies if this commentary sounds kind of blah. But anyway, so legendary armor was talked about. It was said that legendary armor is still in development and that they are working on the final stages of it. Someone did ask for a preview of it and if we could be able to see it, and apparently they don't have any of that ready yet. They still need to interact with the different character models, and then they'll be sending out a preview, including it in the wardrobe viewer. So it doesn't seem like legendary armor is anywhere near to done yet. However, they are on the final stages, so it may still be a while until we get to see it even. Another person did ask about runes and sigils because those take up a lot of space in your inventory. Now, I do have a video talking about this cool little Mystic Forge trick that you can do by throwing all your runes and sigils into it and then hopefully getting rares or exotics out of it that sell for a lot. You could do that, and several people do that still. However, it's still kind of tedious, and apparently they are looking for a way to salvage runes and sigils, which would be really cool, but because it's such a large project, it probably isn't going to come out anytime soon. But it's cool to see that that is being looked at, because we all hate all these runes and sigils in our inventory flowing up, especially after you're done with career map farming and you salvage everything. You have tons of runes and sigils. I'm not sure if this was taken serious or if this was joked about, but it seems like they are working with character growth and development. One person asked if Timey would be growing throughout the Living World seasons, and they said that Timey has already grown. And does that mean we're actually going to be experiencing character growth and development even through physical appearance? That would be really cool and an interesting little part of the Living World story. I guess Timey is a bit bigger. The first time we saw her, she looked really small, and I guess she has grown a bit. So that's neat to see. I just thought it was a neat little thing that they're doing. Fractal Tonics and Amber Quantic Dipoles, those are really rare finds. If you ever want to make one of the Golem minis, you need a Amber Quantic Dipole, and the Fractal Tonic is really cool. It was stated that those will be made more accessible and they won't be as heavily focused on RNG, so that's nice to see. Whether we'd be getting more SPVP maps was also discussed. And one of the priorities of the team currently is to create new PvP maps. In fact, this is part of their content creation team, and they are looking to release more PvP maps by next year. The Capricorn map also will not be in rotation for ranked until the community has decided that they want to have it in ranked, so it's all up to community reception. Personally, I love the Revenge of the Capricorn map, and seeing it in ranked play would be really cool, so hopefully a lot of people do like it and we can put it into rank, because several people have asked for it already. The Special Forces Training Arena was also touched on. If you remember, this was a major addition in the Lion's Arch Aerodrome when it was released a while ago, and since then they haven't really made any updates. But rest assured, developers have said that they are looking into improving that even more and expanding it even more in a future update. We kind of knew that they were going to expand it, but good to see that it's still on the radar and it is being looked at. As for fractals, we were told that they're working on multiple fractals at once, so whenever they're done, and it seems like ArenaNet has this mentality that whenever something is done, they'll release it. There's no real schedule or real set timetable of when they're going to release something. In fact, one of the things that I'm going to talk about a little later in the video, a comment that one of the developers made, was that they're releasing everything once it's done. There's no schedule of, okay, December we'll release a raid, January we'll release a fractal, February we'll release a new PvP map. There is none of that. And it seems like a lot of people are confusing that, and they're expecting Arena to have a schedule of when they're going to release things. That's not how it's working. It's basically working in the way that when it's done, they'll release it. That's why everything that was released in the most recent patch, all of that was able to be shipped because it was done. It wasn't planned that, hey, we're going to release Living World Season 3, we're going to release a new PvP map, and we're going to release a new fractal. Everything else we're going to keep for the next patch. No, that's not really how it's working. It's only working if it's done, it's being shipped, and it'll be released. If it's not done, obviously it won't be released. So the same with fractals. Since many fractals are being worked on at once, there could be a chance that we could have maybe 2 fractals released in one patch if both of them happen to be done, since multiple are being worked on at once. If you're someone who still feels like Ascended drops are not high enough of a drop rate in the daily achievements for fractals, well, it seems like you're out of luck then, because they are looking to make no changes to the Ascended drops. They feel like that Ascended materials and Ascended gear is at a high enough drop rate already, and that boss chests already give a significant amount of gold in the form of fractal encryptions. So for those of you still struggling to gain gear, I guess we're all just having bad luck then, because the way the drop rate is now is how it's gonna be like for a while, until they feel like they need to increase it, which is highly doubtful, since one of the developers did say that there's not much they can really do. War vs. World was also touched on, and it was kind of weird to see that we had so many updates for all the game modes this patch, but not really much for World vs. World. Well, it was stated that the World vs. World team has a different release schedule than the other teams, and that they will continue to release outside of the quarterly releases. So don't expect World vs. World to have big, huge updates whenever a regular quarterly update occurs, because they're on a completely different schedule. What they did say is that repair hammers will be coming the beginning of August, and there'll be more scoring changes and lots of more bigger changes coming to World vs. World at the end of August. Cannons will also be coming soon as well, later on in the year too, so we can look forward towards that as well for World vs. World. You'd best bet that someone did ask about legendary weapons, and there was a question about it, and Mike O'Brien did give a response. Here is his response exactly verbatim, since I know some of you do care about that. He said, "We have more things we love to work on than we have capacity to develop. Right now, I'm making sure we can deliver great content sustainably so that we don't have content droughts like the one we just ended. I'd love to see more legendaries someday, but I'll prioritize development of playable content first." So it seems like legendary weapons are still in the dust, and probably won't be worked on until they feel like working on it, until they feel like they've released a good enough amount of content. So still indefinitely being discontinued, which a lot of people are terming as being canceled. One person did ask about the PvP backpack, asking if progress will eventually be discontinued and you have to restart after a certain amount of seasons. I know some people have said that, at the end of so-and-so season, you'll have to basically restart your path, or they're going to change the way it works. Well, apparently one of the developers did say there will still be a path to achieve the back piece in future seasons. We currently do not intend to prevent players from progressing the backpack after Season 4. So you will still be able to get the backpack after Season 4, and if you're far behind, don't worry, you won't be punished for it. As for legendary fractal armor, someone did ask about that, and they did say that Ad Infinitum will remain the fractal only legendary for the time being, and there will be no plans for legendary fractal armor. And I don't see why there would be plans if they still haven't even released the legendary raid armor, so I highly doubt there's going to be plans for any type of legendary armor for fractals even. If you're wondering about when Living World episodes will be released, well, they're going to be released every 2-3 months. Now, what this means is that currently we have a Living World episode, right? Currently we have episode 1, which is Out of the Shadows. If you're wondering, well, when is episode 2? When is episode 3 going to come? Those are going to be coming every 2 to 3 months. So basically, at the end of September or October maybe, that's when we're gonna get the next episode of Living World Season 3. Seems like a really far time away, but hopefully there's enough content in the patch and in future small patches that I think they're probably going to continue to release current events and stuff like that. That'll keep people happy. It's been keeping me happy, so I don't think I'll have too much of a hard time with it. Now, one thing I've seen several people wonder about is why Traherne did not get a proper send-off either. We go to a funeral for Air, we go to a little celebration for her, but why don't we go to one for Traherne? And here was a pretty good answer by one of the developers, saying that Air was a very close friend and personal friend to the player's character. The whole world mourns Traherne's loss, and the player's character chooses to do so privately as a comrade in arms. However, Air's loss hits much closer to home, and at a time like that, it's important that we take the time to draw in those closest to us for support. I read another comment from Michael Bryan, I think it was, that he said that they would have added Traherne's funeral and Traherne's sending off. It would have slowed the pacing down in the story a lot, and they just wanted to do Air's because it hit closer to home, and I can agree with that. I mean, throughout the entire story, we're always talking about Traherne, we're always mourning Traherne. He's the marshal of the pack, and everyone sort of respects him, but there hasn't been much said about Air, so I guess it was a good choice for them to rather pay respects to Air and have a send-off for her rather than Traherne, because like they said, the whole world is mourning Traherne, you know, and Air has been more of a close and personal friend anyhow. One person did talk about lag in World vs. World. They said that early August they are going to be releasing some changes to improve lag, as well as, once again, they talked about scoring changes being rolled out at the end of August as well. So World vs. World changes seem to be coming next month, hopefully. And lastly, one person asked about Deathmatch. Remember how Courtyard used to be a really cool map that a lot of us like playing? I love playing Courtyard. Well, apparently Deathmatch is unlikely to be coming back because it isn't something that they've been super happy with, and not something that they want to support as a major game type, which is understandable because you know, a lot of their game types do focus on objective orientated playstyle with capturing points and secondary objectives, and Deathmatch really doesn't have any of that. It's mainly just how much damage can you do, how fast can you kill, and I guess I can understand that. However, I really enjoyed Deathmatch. That's just something, I played Call of Duty a lot, and I loved you know, free-for-alls and, you know, team death matches, so that's kind of why I like it, but I can totally understand their viewpoint. Other than that, though, there wasn't really much else. I mean, like I said, this AMA was heavily more of a casual talk with the players, a lot of joking, and just having a fun time. This is really all the information that I could scrape out of all the comments. You know, they were very secretive about what's going to be coming up. You know, there were people asking questions, but a lot of the responses were like, oh, we can't answer that, we don't want to give spoilers away, oh, it might be coming soon. So I didn't bother putting any of that in the video because there really weren't any clear answers anyhow, and nothing really interesting other than, oh, we can't tell you, it'll be spoilers. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, hopefully you enjoyed the information in the video, and hopefully it gave you a good summary of what the Reddit AMA was like. Quite frankly, I expected a bit more, mainly because I guess the last two Reddit AMAs were heavily filled with juicy bits of information and spoilers coming up. You know, we had a lot of talk about what's coming up, but I guess this time around they didn't want to say anything, and they had their lips tightly sealed for a lot of it. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what's coming up in 2 months or 3 months when the next major patch is coming. I'm guessing, because that's when our next Living World episode is coming. I'm guessing they're gonna probably do a release on that. But like I said, and like they've said already, that a lot of their content is not being released on a schedule. It's being released when it's done. So maybe we'll get some huge changes coming up in the next few weeks, or maybe in a month even, and then we'll get Living World season in basically another month, and that'd be really cool. So thank you for watching. As always, any questions or comments you want to talk about, anything that we went over today, definitely leave in the comment section below. I'll be down there answering any questions you have. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Plenty of other Guild Wars 2 content coming in the future as well. Plenty of Guild Wars 2 content already on the channel. Lots of guides, lots of discussion about the game. I think you'd find it all very helpful and very interesting. If you like this video, you can also donate $1 to my Patreon page. Anything as low as that is always very helpful and very much appreciated. All you gotta do is click the card in the top right hand corner of the screen, and it'll bring you to the page. I also have a vlogging channel, music channel, advice channel, and a tutorials channel. You want to check those out, links in the description as well as on the end card too. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. As always, plenty more videos to come this week. We're gonna focus a bit more on the new in-game content for the next few videos. Maybe we'll take a closer look at Bloodstone Fen, what that that map's about, what you can do, how you can make the most out of it, and that video will be coming out very soon as well. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next time. This is GSmaniamsmart, and I'll be back sooner than you think. Don't go anywhere.